Hello? Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me now? So it looks like my OBS haven't hasn't been set up properly. So let's continue. If you guys haven't heard what I'm yapping about earlier, this is Top Retro Ranker Alex's suggestion, and I like it. And I like it so much that we're just doing this, and the timing is perfect. That it's March 10 from where I am now. So we're just celebrating Mario Day. So we're celebrating Mario Days by photoshopping the Super Mario Bros. Artwork. So let's continue. So that's so I haven't set up my OBS properly. So yeah. So where are we now? Oh yeah, the symbol on his hat. So all we need is some shadows. Then I'm just gonna make a shadow here. If you can see my cursor. So we're just gonna do that. And then we can move on, then shade the entire cap. Just like this. Not too much though, because it'll look messy. There you go. So now let's move on and shade the entire cap. If I'm not missing anything. Oh, we have missed this part. So we're just gonna do that, then we can move on. Just as simple as this. There we go. Just gonna erase some of that. Just gonna erase some of the shadow because it's too dark. So we can now shade the entire cap now. Just like this. Again, not too much because just painting black to a white. So that'll maybe not look too good, but no worries. And we're just gonna do some finishing later before we're done, so we can do some color grading and stuff. So we're just gonna trust the process. There we go. Now I think the cap is now done. So we're just gonna organize a little. Cap. There we go. Now we can move on to Mario's face. Just gonna trace this and his funny looking nose like this. In his ears. Here we go. then we're just gonna mask out the areas where the cap is covering up his face, just like the original artwork. By the way, if you guys haven't heard what I said earlier because I was muted, this artwork is by Corey G's by Corey G. So make sure to support him on his socials and stuff. I'm just gonna link the artwork later under the description. So go and show some love to him or her. I don't know the gender. So show some love to them. So where are we now? Oh yeah, the cap. We're just gonna trace it like this, not too biggie. It's just a simple problem. Gonna trace the cap. There we go. And then just gonna paint it black because it's like if you know programming, it's like 0 is for black, then 1 is for white. Black means hide, then white means reveal. So that's how masking works. It's just easy to learn. So we have now his face. Now all we need is some human skin. Okay, that was weird. Why did I say human skin? So we're just gonna resize and then rotate, then warp. And make it we're just gonna make it wrap around his face so it looks a little, again, believable. There we go. So far so good. Just gonna desaturate it so we can recolor it using his own skin color, I guess. Now we're just gonna trace this. Just gonna adjust it. There we go. Now we're just gonna make a selection. Then we can paint some shadows using airbrush. There we go. And then is it something? Oh yeah, there's this ear. Just some simple designed ear. So I think we can be quick with this. Just like this. Then another one for the inner part. Just like that. And there we go. And now before we go and fully shade the face, we need to first make his eyes, or his eye rather, because we can only see one. Just gonna make the eye so we can have some guides on where to shade. And then just gonna trace this iris, which in turn we can just resize the iris like this and then change the color so it will turn into a pupil. Now I know the difference. Now I know the difference of what is iris and what is pupil. There we go. Now all we need is some shadows. Just like this, and another one for the eye, the iris as well, which is iris. Yeah, some drop shadow, then another inner shadow. Let's make it normal. Opacity 100. Size just like this. Yep, that's what I've been looking for. Now all we need is some shading on the eye. And then another shading for the iris itself. Just like that. Then I think we need some highlights for the eye so Mario won't look so lifeless. Yeah, just like that. And maybe we can add another, just another the highlight. Or maybe I'm just gonna redo it. Oh, it like this. There we go. I think that looks good. Um, is there any way? Let me check some reference first before we go further. Yeah, I think that's good. Or maybe we can just make the pupil a bit more smaller. There we go. I think that solves it. So now we have the eye. I'm just gonna group it so just for organizing sake. Now we move on to his hair first. So I'm just gonna, yeah, we have this reference, so we're just gonna look at it later. Oh, so his eyes are, oh, his eyes are red here, so I'm just gonna, well, it looks like we're just gonna make this red now, huh? Okay, yep, that looks good. There we go. Now we can move on to his hair. Now we have this Karen hair. If you have been watching my channel for maybe a long time, you will definitely see me using this hair more often because I think Yes, I personally think that it's useful because I can do some warping on it, not like any other hair. Just gonna warp it here. Just like this. And then I'm just gonna duplicate it and rotate it here. There we go. Then we're just gonna do some masking. Yep, just like this. And then desaturate the hair so we can recolor it. Just like this. This color orange. Not too. Maybe this. And then some shadows. There we go. I'm just gonna use some blend if so we can make the shadow to look more natural. Just gonna zoom in a little. Maybe not a little. Just gonna zoom in. Yeah, just like that. That's good. And then I'm just gonna do some masking again because this part looks too sharp and I don't like that. There we go. And then I'm just gonna do another mask for his head. Because the cap is literally covering his sideburns. So now we have this. I'm just gonna rename it. Just gonna adjust the hat and the head because it looks odd. And there we go. So now I'm just gonna do it to the sideburns as well. Yep, just like that. And then do a little masking because it's covering up the ear and we don't want that. Just gonna make the brush more hard. Maybe make it hard 100%. Gonna make it bigger so we can make the job easier. There we go. Now we can do this this hair. Just gonna use the same hair, the Karen hair, same Karen hair. Just gonna warp it. There we go. And then just gonna make a duplicate of this hair. There we go. I'm just gonna mask it. And I don't like this strand, so I'm just gonna mask it away because it looks weird. And there we go. Now all we need to do is just recolor the hair. So I'm just gonna desaturate it, then group it. And then there we go. Then we can do the shading now. There we go. Just gonna do the blend if again to make the shadow more natural. Just like that. So we have now his hair done and sideburns done. Now all we need is the mustache. So we're just gonna use the same hair. All we're going to do is just warp the hell out of it. So just gonna make it a little bit vertical, then just gonna warp it like this. There we go, just like that. And then I'm just gonna use the magic of masking. Just like that, see? Now it looks like they are now connected. So all we're going to do is just, again, desaturate it so we can recolor his mustache. There we go. Just gonna need the color red because his mustache is red. There we go. Now all we need to do is just mask it because the nose is covering up the mustache. Just gonna make the flow 100%, then make the brush's hardness 100 too. There we go. Now all we need to do is just gonna make shadow of it. Just gonna shade it. There we go. I'm just gonna use the blend if again. And now we can go and shade his entire face now because we have now all the necessary parts. So we just start by shading the ear. There we go. Shade the sideburns and shade his forehead because the cap is literally shading his forehead. And then his funny looking nose. And then the mouth or lips or lip. Guess we can only see one. I don't like the way this looks. I'm just gonna do it like this. There we go. And I think maybe need a little highlights. Highlights won't harm. There we go. Now I think we are now done with his face. Let me check. I think so now. Yep, we are now done. So let's proceed to his body now. So let's do this one first. His right arm to his torso. Because it's the only red thing. There we go. Just gonna bring the hair down. And then I'm gonna need this texture again because it's his because we're talking about his overalls. Just gonna warp it around his body like so. Then again, I'm just gonna desaturate it and recolor it. Now we're just gonna make the shadow because there's no line for his arm, so we're just gonna make one. There we go. Now we're just gonna fully shade this. There we go. While we're at it, we're just gonna do his right hand. Just gonna make some adjustments because this is just some rough pen tooling, if that's a word. Like that. Now I'm just gonna need this cotton texture for his gloves. And then just gonna, just resize, then rotate, then warp it around. It's just really simple, really, but hard to execute. Here we go. Now, all we need is just some shading action. So let's first trace these parts. Just gonna adjust it to the corner. There we go. And then we can now proceed on shading it. And there we go. Now we need is the wrist part or the garter part of the glove. Oops. Now, just like that. Now we can now proceed on shading the entire glove now. There we go. Now the right hand is now done. Maybe we can now proceed on his left arm now. I was I was confused there. I was confused there for a second. Now, just like that, then again, the texture, then shading. Just like this, a little dab right here, right there. Now we can go and move on to his glove now. Just gonna do some bumps here and there because you know that's how fingers work. They have their own shape and sizes. Now, before we do the shading, we're just gonna need the texture. Just need the texture and then wrap it around the glove. There we go. Just gonna adjust it. Like this, maybe. Then I'm just gonna do the same thing on his fingers. So let's first do the thumb. Just gonna adjust the pen, the path. There we go. Then I'm just gonna do the other fingers now. Just gonna do some erasing or refining. And there we go. Now we can now shade the entire hand now. Just gonna do this. Stroke it here and there. And there we go. Now we are now done with this right hand. Just gonna rename. Just gonna rename it. Now I confuse what's right or wrong now. Oh, what's right or wrong? I mean, what's right or what's left? Now I think we can now proceed to the overalls now. So first, let's do this one strap. Then gonna use this denim texture. Just gonna wrap around gonna wrap this around Mario's body. And then we can now shade it. Then we're just gonna do this thing. I don't know what's this called. Is that a button? Maybe, I guess so. Just gonna shade it. And then maybe let's make it shine. Like this. And then I think we're done. And then we can do this thing to his right. Is that right? Let me do the L. Let me do the L trick where you make an L shape in both of your hands. So if this is, so this is right. Oh yeah. So I think that yep, this is right. This is the right leg. Just gonna trace it next to his butt. Ooh, Mario's looking caked up right here. Mario's looking caked up right there. There we go. Just gonna make the right hand above it. There we go. And then I'm just gonna borrow the texture. So we're just gonna make our lives easier. And then shade the leg. There we go. And now just gonna shade the entire body. There we go. Maybe let's do the right shoe first. So we're just gonna trace the shoe. There we go. Now I think we're just gonna use some leather texture on his shoe. So I'm just gonna assume that that is a leather because of the color. Now we're just going to desaturate it and then can do some soft light blending, and then we have now this, the recolor texture. There we go. Just a little dab here and there. Maybe we can put some shine to it. And then I'm just gonna do the sole of his shoe now. Just do it like this. There we go. Now we're just gonna use this texture. I'm assuming that that is rubber. There we go. Now we're just gonna do some shading because that's what we are on about. And then just gonna give it some light. We're just gonna give it some light shines here and there. That's not light, hello. There we go. It's gonna add some more shadows because there's a sole on his shoe. There we go. Just gonna organize a little bit. Make it shoe and this right leg. And we are mostly done. We're almost done with Mario. Now all we need is this one. Maybe we can do some magic going on here. Maybe we can do it like this. No, please. Ooh, maybe. I think all we need to do is just mask the unnecessary parts. Just gonna mask this out. Ooh, okay, okay, that looks good. That looks good. So now all we need is we're just gonna redo the whole shading part. There we go. Okay, now that looks good. There we go. Now we're just gonna do the same thing to the shoe. Now for his sole next. And there we go. Now, I think we are done with Mario now. I'm just gonna rename this. Then we group the entire parts into him. Just like that. Now we're just gonna save because I don't want to lose all the hard work. So now let's do the background first. So I got this. Where is it? Oh, they are, they are not. They were not loaded in. So I got this starry background for the cover. So just gonna resize it into this. There we go. Oh, it fits. It fits. Now all we need is this brick part. So I have this brick which I got. So just gonna mask it out. Gonna skew it because the picture isn't aligned very well. And there we go. Just gonna do this. And then all we need to do is just mask it out. There we go. Just gonna adjust it a little. Yep, just like that. Now, all I need now is... So before that, let me just do this first. And there we go. Now all we need to do is just recolor this brick into this shade. So it's simple. All we need to do is just this. Just gonna need a solid color. Okay, there we go. And then just gonna shade the whole brick. Or maybe we can do the lazy thing, which we do this. There we go. Now what to do is just mask these things out because it bothers me. There we go. Now we're just gonna do the same thing over here. Oops. There we go. I'm just gonna do this. Now, maybe I'm just going to shade this because it doesn't look really good. And there we go. Just gonna maybe just gonna make this more dark, I guess. And then maybe we can do some highlights. Will be that too much? Let's just see if it turns out bad. Just gonna hide the layer. I think okay. I think that looks good. Hello, welcome to the stream. Oh, hello there. Hello, Egg Boy. Just, have it I'm just too focused right now on finishing this. And I think, what's next? Oh yeah, the lava. So we need, oh, now we need is the lava. And I have this. We have this lava texture here. So we're just gonna resize it into here. Like that. And I'm just gonna, what's the, so here. So I'm just gonna do this. Just gonna mask out like this. And then I'm just gonna do the same thing here. There we go. Now I want this just gonna do the lazy, just gonna do the lazy, lazy shading like that. Yeah, happy Mario Day. It's March 10 right now. So we're celebrating by fully shopping this, the Super Mario Brothers artwork. So I'm just gonna give it some glow. So I do this. Yeah, just like that. And maybe for the not too much, because lava is literally glowing here. And why are you not? There we go. And maybe we can put some glow. So I'm just gonna do this. Maybe like that. Then I want it on top again. I want top again, but this time I'm just gonna make it color yellow. There we go. Maybe we can just maybe we can do this. I have an idea now. Maybe we can do this. We're going to shade the brick and Mario because we have now a light source. And just like this. We have not too much shadow though because that'll look bad. Yeah, like that. Now for Mario, we're just gonna do the same thing. Like this. Just gonna do some dabbing. There we go. I think that's good. It looks good. Now, I think we are missing something. Oh yeah, this. So for Mario's fireball, I've got this. Now all all we need to do is just gonna make it, just gonna warp it. And because this is going to be the fire. Like that. Just gonna do some puppet warp. Look like this. See? Maybe it's too transparent, so I'm just gonna duplicate it like this, maybe. Or maybe we can do this instead. Yep, like this. Oh, I'm just gonna do the screen, I guess, because it looks more natural. And then we're just gonna maybe all we need is just some glow. I'm just gonna do this and then make it more yellow, I guess. Then make it glowy or orange. There we go. Now I think all we need is the logo, so I'm just gonna borrow it from here. Let me just adjust some settings. There we go. Yep, just like that. And then just gonna recolor it. There we go. And then for the other logos, so all we need to do is I'm just going to copy it. Let me maybe we can find some logos on the internet. Looks like I found one. There we go. Make this skew a little. Just like that. And maybe let's get rid of this color white. There we go. And then I think all we need is the Nintendo seal. I have that. Here, I have it. So I'm just gonna adjust it to here. And I want to get rid of the black There we go. And then let's find this. Let's find this logo. I hope I can see one. Hmm. And I found one. Here we go. And I'm just gonna get rid of the blacks again. There we go. And is there any retouches we can done? Maybe I guess there isn't. So I'm just gonna make all of this center if I can. Like this. I want to get rid of this. There we go. Now, all I need to do is let me save it for a second. And then I'm just gonna do some camera raw filter action. Then we're good to go. Just gonna do some adjustments. I don't think you guys can see it, so just imagine it.